The Federal Executive Council has approved 5.9 billion naira for the execution of 3 projects by the Federal Capital Territory. President Muhammadu Buhari presided over the Federal Executive Council meeting held in the Council Chamber of the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Minister of the FCT, Malam Mohammed Bello, announced the approval of the projects when he briefed State House correspondents on the outcome of the council meeting. He said 2.3 billion naira of the amount was meant for rehabilitation of the road leading to the Federal Integrated Staff Housing Estate in Apo, Abuja, while 3.6 billion naira was approved for the construction of an access road and car park for the Abuja Light Rail Station at Ring Road 2.
During today's Federal Executive Council meeting, I presented 3 memos, 2 of which were with respect to infrastructure projects, while the 3rd one was for purchase of needed equipment to make the city safe. The first project or memo presented was a contract for the rehabilitation of the road leading to the Federal Integrated Staff Housing Estate in Upper Tafia area of Abuja. That project was awarded, or rather approved, to Messrs. S&M Nigeria Limited at the sum of 2.3 billion naira with a completion period of 24 months. As you know, the Federal Integrated Staff Housing Estates are being constructed in a few locations in Abuja under the office of the head of service of the Federation, and these estates are intended to provide needed accommodation to federal civil servants. The second infrastructure project relates to the contract for the construction of an access road and car park for the Abuja Light Rail Station at Ring Road 2, otherwise known as Kukuaba Station. That is a very important station. It's a station that you see if you drive on the Airport Expressway immediately after the city gate by the junction of the Kukuaba Recreation District Park under the Federal Ministry of Aviation. The intention is that by the opening of that road, that railway station will be made functional, and then commuters can use the station either when they visit the national park there or when they want to have access to the Kukuapa district.
He said that the council also approved 3.7 billion naira for the purchase of 2 towing vehicles and a crane for use by the Directorate of Road Traffic Services in the FCT.
The third contract is for the purchase of 2 heavy-duty tow vehicles with mounted crane for the Directorate of Road Traffic Services, otherwise known as the VIO, under the FCT. And that particular contract is approved for Non-Explo Nigeria Limited at a total sum of 372,466,000 naira. The duration of the contract supply is 6 weeks.
For his part, the Minister of Health, Dr. Osage Ehanire, said the 2 memos he presented in relation to the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration at the meeting were approved by the Council.
The first memo was about 40 true scan devices, which are mobile scan devices, to be able to recognize fake and substandard drugs brought in either across the border or found within the country. These are like rapid diagnostic kits, tests, which also relieve the laboratories, because normally you have to take samples, take them to the laboratory. It takes a long time, several days, and led to some delays. So having a TrueScan allows us to have faster access. The second memo is about laboratory strengthening, improving and upgrading all the laboratories we have in the country, about 6 laboratories for NAFDAC, for testing materials that are brought into the country. Both of these contribute strongly to what we call the benchmarks for the NAFDAC to be able to allow the manufacture of vaccines in Nigeria. You need what we call the maturity level 3 of the World Health Organization to be able to start manufacturing. We have ambitions to start manufacturing vaccines, and the federal government owns 49% of shares in the company called Biovaccines that hopes to be able to use technology imported from outside to make vaccines. And getting this benchmark, the maturity level 3, is a condition for it. So both of these memos, the upscaling of laboratory capacity and the ability to speed up and make diagnostics more accurate in respect of fake and substandard drugs, will help us to push to apply for maturity level 3 for the health sector.
He said the vaccines would be provided to Nigerians free of charge, saying the COVAX facility would cover about 20% of the nation's population with vaccines.
COVAX will start delivering to African countries before the end of February. That's what they told us. But they didn't tell us which country is first, or which is second, or which is third. So COVAX begins to deliver before the end of February of this month. And we hope that before the end of this month, it will be our turn, or latest by beginning of next month. As for us here, we are ready to use the vaccination once it arrives. We have met all the conditions. They have asked us to sign what we call an indemnification form. We have done that. The indemnification means that you do not hold us responsible for anything that happens from using this vaccine. That's a standard process. We've signed that indemnification, and so we are waiting for the vaccines to arrive anytime.